Hello, today I want to talk about transitioning from accumulation to distribution. And of course, this is transitioning from accumulation, the life stage on life when we put money aside for our retirement, to distribution, the time of our life in which we start taking away or withdrawing some of that money that we put away for retirement. And it's not that I'm retiring yet. I actually love my job. I work as a part-time photographer. It's just that I don't have the need to save any more money. So let me just elaborate. Since I arrived in Canada, that was 25 years ago, I started saving since day one. I tell you, I was working very crappy jobs and I was earning nothing. To be honest, I was earning about $7 an hour for my. I was working in construction companies, I was working as a boss boy, I was working, you name it, supermarket clerk, stocking shelf, everything that a low skilled person can do as a job. So at that moment, I was putting away $10 per month. I mean, it wasn't much, but I was already developing the habit of putting money away. And I knew that all these little cents here, little cents there, would accumulate into something. Later on, when I found more of a better paying job, I started saving $25 per month. That happened almost the first 10 years of my stay in Canada. Then I went up to save about $500 per month, and during the past 5 years I was saving about $8,000 per month. Well, guess what? This year I stopped saving money. I stopped saving money because I thought that I have accumulated enough money to live. Okay, it's not to live in luxury, but to live. So that money is about $500,000, and according to the 4% rule, I can withdraw the equivalent of about $20,000 per year, and for the rest of my life. I said the equivalent because, of course, with inflation, this will increase and this will increase as well. So, but the idea is that every year I can withdraw 4% of my capital every year for the rest of my life in perpetuity. Well, so it so happens that I can live, my cost of living is about $20,000 per year. So I feel like, okay, I don't need to save any more, but I'm still working, so this money is still growing. But what I started doing is that from this broker's account, I get dividend payments, and instead of reinvesting those dividends, and those dividends are about 1 to 2% of my capital, I just transfer them to my checking account and I spend them now. So I'm having a double benefit right now. The benefit number one is that I'm no longer working to put $1,000 per month in my savings account, and benefit number two is that every month I'm withdrawing a little bit of cash and putting it into my checking account. So that's how my life has changed. I have a little bit more extra cash. And what do I do with that extra cash? Well, I enjoy it. I go now more often to restaurants, terrace. I invite myself to dinners. I invite my friends for cocktails in the terrace. Right now, during the summer here in Montreal, it's just been amazing. So my friends and I, we just buy a few piña coladas, or we buy a bottle of wine and drink it in the park, whatever. So it is quite nice to not to hustle anymore in order to put this amount of savings into my bank account and instead start to enjoy life. Another thing that I do is every year as Canadians we're allowed to put a certain amount into our tax savings account, and the government has some limitations as to how much we can put in there. This year, 2023, we were allowed to put 6,500, but due to inflation, I think during 2024 next year, we will be allowed to put $7,000. We will see. Either way, I'm ready because money that I transfer from my registered account to my tax-free savings account means that I'll be able to earn more money on that, that will be completely tax free. So that is fantastic. Now, also, I am 60 years old. No, I am what? I'm 56 years old right now. And in about 4 years, at age 60, I will be able to start collecting from my Quebec pension plan. So many advisors suggest to wait until age 65, but I have no reason to wait. Number one, I feel like I am a better investor than my Quebec pension plan. In fact, I have outdone the amount of money that they have earned. I have earned probably about twice the rate of return. This year, the Quebec pension plan earned what, about 4%, and I have earned about 17% in my return of capital. So I have no interest on the Quebec pension plan managing my money. And secondly, well, I don't need to have more income later on being managed by them. Also, at age 65, I will be able to collect from my OA supplement, and this is because, in spite of having some savings, these savings, they don't count as income. They just count as money that I have accumulated, especially if I have accumulated most of it in my tax-free savings account. So that means that my income is considered low, not only low, but like poverty level low, and I will be able to qualify for my OA supplement. So even though I have enough money now to live, I will have two more additional sources of income, which is the Quebec pension plan and the OA supplement. So I will be earning more money even as I work less and as I spend more. So that is a very fortunate situation. And in fact, I don't think I will be able to spend all my money from here on to my death. So that's cool. I'm gonna have a nice pool of money. Maybe if I get sick, one of these critical illness, I will be able to pay for a fancy hospital with fancy nurses, this and that. So I'm looking forward to our future. I think I have worked hard, I have planned well my retirement, and now it's time to enjoy. If you have any questions about how to organize your savings in order to retire comfortably, feel free to write me a message, and I love to chat about money. So talk to you soon, and goodbye.